Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Kidner, and I am a business process consultant here at XPM. Now, many of our clients are currently going through a server-to-cloud migration or have recently been through one. And they note that there's a lot of differences between Jira or Confluence Server and Cloud, and their users have a number of things to get used to. So in this video, I'm going to give you a tour through Jira Cloud, noting the main differences from your experience in your server or data center instance. So when you first come into Jira Cloud after your migration, your landing page is going to be your projects, your view all projects, and you'll see the projects you have access to. And at first glance, you'll see kind of a similar UI of sorts, but there are a lot of differences that I want to highlight here. First is in the upper left-hand corner, you have this Rubik's Cube icon. This is going to allow you to switch back and forth between Jira and the other Atlassian cloud products that you have access to, like Confluence or Bitbucket or Trello even. You then have a home page button, which again will by default go to this view all projects. Your next option here in this toolbar is the your work. This is going to be a different thing in cloud. This allows you to see recently worked on projects, issues, shows issues you viewed, issues assigned to you, and various things like filters and boards that you have starred in your instance. Note too that you can make this page your new Jira homepage instead of the view all projects if you want to. Then you have your projects dropdown, which is going to be similar and maybe a little simpler than it is in server, where you can see recently viewed projects, and it allows you to go to all the projects that you have access to. Next, you have a filters dropdown. This is going to be similar to the issues dropdown in server data center. And it's a lot simpler. It'll allow you to see recently viewed filters, starred filters, and then it allows you to go see all filters in your instance. And you can do an advanced issue search, and it takes you to the issue navigator screen, which looks a lot like the one in server. There are some differences where you can export your filter results directly to Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, and you have this ellipsis, this 3-dot icon that you're going to see all over the place in Jira Cloud, and this is where you click on this to access bulk changes. Next is your dashboards. This is a similar drop-down. It allows you to see your dashboards. This is one particular dashboard. These are all going to be very similar. There might be a couple of different gadgets that you're going to have in cloud compared to server, but it allows you to create dashboards and view all dashboards. You'll likely note that there is not a boards drop-down in this toolbar. I will show you shortly how to get to your boards on your instance. The Jira Cloud has a people dropdown, which is a newer functionality here. This allows you to look at different people you're collaborating with in the tool. It also allows you to start a team for @mentioning a whole team of users versus just @mentioning one user, which could come in handy when you want to collaborate with a whole group of people. So this again is some newer functionality in Jira Cloud. This plans dropdown is going to appear if you have Jira Cloud Premium or Jira Cloud Enterprise. This gives you access to the advanced roadmaps functionality within the tool. And just as one demo here of advanced roadmaps, XPM does do webinars on advanced roadmaps. There's probably also a few other videos on YouTube that we've created around advanced roadmaps if you want to know more about those. But this is a really quick glimpse at what advanced roadmaps looks like. So that's under the plans dropdown. The apps dropdown is going to be your one place for your various apps that you've installed on your instance. Currently this doesn't have any, but this is where you can access apps directly. And if you have Jira admin rights, you can go and manage your apps from here as well. The create button is similar to server. You come to a similar kind of create screen with where you choose which project to create in, and you see all the fields, so on and so forth. One big difference is on the cloud is you if you are used to doing CSV imports, you access that functionality here instead of under, as you're used to, under this issues dropdown. So that's accessed here. There's a search bar which has some new functionality here. Notice you can search both Jira and Confluence if you have a Confluence instance set up in Cloud. This search bar is also where you're going to get to your boards. And notice you can get to other things, but this is where you're going to get to the View All Boards area that you were used to getting to from a drop-down menu. There is a bell icon, which is new in Cloud. This allows you to see notifications. So you not only receive emails from Jira, you'll also get notifications within the tool itself on direct notifications and notifications on issues you're watching. There's a handy help area that has various quick links. Most notably is there's a quick link to what's new page, which will show you what Atlassian has updated in all of its cloud products over the past week. So you can see new functionality that's been added, and there's new things added every week. There's also keyboard shortcuts and other links to help articles. If you're an admin, you'll see the gear icon, and then you have your profile and settings, which I'll talk about one particular thing here when we look at issues in a project. So next, we're going to look at navigating through a project and some of the differences here. So let's go to the sample Scrum project. And if you do have boards in your project, you're going to land on one of those boards, and you get a boards drop-down here in your project, and you're going to see whether it's Kanban or whether it's Scrum. This looks like a Scrum board, and you'll see different menu items related to that, similar to Server. One thing I'll note, let me go to the active sprint part here. You'll notice on these boards that one big difference is you get a quick filter for the assignee field, which comes in really handy when doing stand-up meetings. That's a real handy feature. You also get to your board settings in a little different way. You click on this 3 dots, again, that you're going to see all over the place in the tool, and you can get to board settings. And I'll just mention that on Scrum and Kanban boards in Cloud, there is a new setting called Roadmap. This allows you to enable a roadmap for the given board, which is going to visualize your epics that you have within your board and any of the children of those epics in a timeline fashion that highlights dependencies and start and due dates on that timeline. So that's possible. And back to the board, one main difference on the board is when you click on a card, you're going to get a pop-out view screen of that issue where you can make updates. This is actually a really nice feature, and even you can transition it. I'll talk more about this new view screen shortly. That's one big difference with the new view screen. As we go down through this project menu, the next option is Issues. And you'll see a different UI showing here around the issues in a given project. This looks kind of like your research, where you can switch between detail view and a list view. And clearly this is a very different view screen UI from Server. Let's go back to list. When you click on one of these issues, what you see is the new view screen in Cloud. And again, very different. You see, instead of seeing different panels that appear initially, you see buttons to add attachments, to create subtasks, to link issues, or to link Confluence pages or external links. If you have any add-ons that offer other functionality, those might give you some more options over here. You have your description text, description field here, your activity down at the bottom for commenting. You'll notice here that there isn't an edit button, because in the new view screen, you edit any fields that are editable, you can edit them inline. So you don't have to click the edit button. So you can note here, you can update things inline. Another big difference is you don't see transition buttons at the top. Instead, you see this drop-down menu on the various transitions you can make given the workflow of the issue type that you're on. And this is where you can also see the workflow if that view workflow permission is turned on. You also then see all the other fields besides description showing up over here, and if they're blank, they might show up and be hidden, and you have to expand that. You also have the ability then to watch, view, or vote and share like you can in Server, and to do more actions, you have to click that 3 dots. That gives you more actions. One of the more actions, at least for the time being until March 31st, is you can turn off the new view screen. You can even see the old view of an issue very quickly via this. The other way to turn off the new view screen is under the profile settings. You can go to your personal settings and you can toggle off this Jira Lab setting. That will turn off the new issue view screen, and you'll see the old screen that you're used to in Server. But again, this is going to be, by default, this is going to be turned on permanently as of March 31st, 2021. So let's go back in here. One other thing to note, if you're a project admin, you can configure where and the order that these fields show up on the view screen. So you can do that via project settings, or there is a quick link here to configure the view screen, and this takes you into the project settings and the issue layout option where you can drag and drop various fields into different parts of the new view screen. So the Jira Cloud enables and empowers project admins even more with these view screens. So if we go back to the project menu, you have similar settings, similar choices to server components. That's very similar. Code is something related to code repositories. There's a lot of tight integration with Bitbucket and GitHub and some other code repositories within Jira Cloud. You have releases, which again are very similar. Project pages option allows you to connect to a space in Confluence. So you can do one project to one space and see pages in a Confluence space directly in Jira. You have the ability to add shortcuts to external URLs, and then you have your project settings as well. So, well, thank you for watching. This is a quick tour. There's plenty to talk about, and again, if you have any needs in migrating from server or data center Jira to Jira Cloud, XVM would be very happy to talk with you and to support you in that effort. And if you like this video, please give us a like or give us a comment. And you can always also go to xvm.com to find out all of the different services and training options that we have to offer. So with that, I will say goodbye and wish you success in all your Atlassian adventures.